people, I think, probably come a little bit from old tradition. Even our parents, everything in the evening, they go in just to pass the time, going from that place about 2 yards other side, just going around and around, nothing.
It's
and
just a walk, isn't it?
walk,
It's
yeah,
like an evening walk.
Yeah, evening
and to
walk.
socialise.
Yeah, to socialize. When we've been teenagers, just to see
The girls.
girls and stuff, chasing the girls that time. So probably it's really little bit embarrassment to say it now, but it was true something.
That's life.
Yeah, that was nice.
I always think of it as a walk to see and to be seen.
Yeah, that's true. It was like that because everybody try to dress smart, you know, and look nice, the best clothes. And you go in, and after you go for ice cream.
With the sun slowly disappearing, it's time for me to check into Tradita, a charming reconstruction of the old-style inns that once welcomed travellers centuries ago. I always choose to stay here, even if it's just for one night. The attention to detail is remarkable and truly feels like stepping back in time. The hotel also has a restaurant set in a cavernous stone hall where an open fire pit serves as a stove. The food is just as memorable as the setting. And even if you're staying somewhere else in Shkodër, I highly recommend booking a table for dinner.
Well, this evening I'm going to have one of my favourite meals. They do it here at Tradita. It's baked carp that's caught out of the lake, baked in the oven with onions. It's absolutely delicious. I love it. It's a real specialty for me, and Tradita really does it well. That's my dinner right there. Pak chip, bit of onion there, and so it's all going to be baked in the coals of this fire. This is the real deal. A bit of udhëtari, yes. Bit of garlic. So chip, onions, garlic. He's done this a few times. I mean, you just very rarely go to a restaurant and have your meal baked over coals. This is like the traditional hand that for centuries, if you were traveling through this part of the world, this is how, tomat, a bit of tomato in there. I'll stand around this side here. Bravo. I love this meal. In the colder months of the year, it's a real treat coming to Tradita and having baked carp. Voila, there it is. I'm on my second glass of wine. I'm hungry now. I'm looking forward to this. Thank you very much. Enjoy. Gazua. Cheers. Wow. Wow. This looks fantastic. This is my favorite meal. In one of my favorite places. Can't get any better.
This meal is simply too good not to share. So I invite the crew to join me. We settle into a wonderful evening. Good food, great company, and stories flowing as easily as the wine. But we're mindful of the time. Tomorrow, John, the owner of Tradita, has kindly offered to take us on a quick tour of the Dukajin highlands. It promises to be a long day, so an early night is definitely in order. As we leave the city behind and wind our way up into the Dukajin highlands, the landscape begins to change and the temperature drops. John, who was born in the Shala Valley, isn't just taking me on a journey through the mountains, but through the world that shaped him. This valley has only recently become easily accessible to tourists, and in centuries past, only a handful of travellers ever ventured into its isolated reaches.
So you are welcome in the Dukajin area. This is the Shala Valley. So in this area, the enemy, the occupator are never coming, never the Byzantine, never the Romans, but never also the Ottomans. So the people live here in the liberty, are so strong because of the mountains, because of the power of the mountains, energy of the mountains. So the people in the belief are between nature and the Christianism, but more, I think it's more percent to the nature, to the energy of the mountains. Oh, the myths from the protect, and from the myths from many years ago.
Life here has moved to its own rhythm, untouched by the outside world. Travellers in these parts had always been viewed with suspicion, but one visitor was warmly welcomed. An Englishwoman named Edith Durham, who journeyed through this region in the early 1900s, became particularly attached to the tribal people who inhabited these northern valleys. As we pass through the landscape she once described, I pause to take a photo of John standing beside a small monument.
Yeah, this is Edith Durham. She was a missionary from England. She spent a lot of time in this area, especially in the north of Albania, but most of the time she spent in the Shala with the people here. It was really in love with the people here, with the zakons here, I mean the kutums and how the people live, how the people change.
She recorded all this. Yeah.
All this, and she wrote about that. They are so proud.
Yep.
And they wish the God, or they pray to pray to still in the peace, because she was really something for the people here.
For the people here. She was really close to them and loved them dearly, didn't she?
Yeah,
It's like,
so much.
And the very first book that I read about Albania was Hi Albania by Edith Durham.
In her book, Edith Durham recounts her time among the tribes that inhabit the mountainous north, recording their laws, customs, and way of life. But it was her tireless work organising and distributing aid during the turbulent final years of the Ottoman Empire that truly endeared her to the local people. In gratitude, they gave her the unofficial title, Queen of the Highlanders. And to this day she is still revered. Her name can often be seen on buildings and road signs throughout Albania. The highly respected academic Robert Hackman identified over 60 tribes in this region of the Balkans, each with its own distinct culture. Their strict codes of law and tradition offer anthropologists a rare window into Europe's ancient past. It's this enduring way of life that makes northern Albania not only unique, but profoundly significant in understanding our shared human history.